Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got an old reliable, an old familiar friend. You've seen it before, but it is a great cup of coffee, and we've got a lot of them. Enough hints? Hang on 1 minute. That is terrific. Yeah, I gave you a whole bunch of hints, and you probably knew right off the top of your head if you've been following the show. From Costco, Kirkland Summit Roast, right there. Yeah, let's show it to you there. Yeah, there it is, right there. Organic medium roast coffee. Yeah, perfect for your Keurig machine. This is a great cup of coffee. And again, you get like 120 of them, something like that, for like less than $30 or less than $35. Cannot remember the exact price point, but boy, it really is a good price point, and they give you a lot of them, and I still have a lot of them, which is why we're using them on the show. And they're also convenient. I can just pop this into the Keurig machine, get a fresh cup of coffee, sit down, and start recording. It's really very convenient, and the coffee is very flavorful. A really wonderful cup of coffee. And speaking about a wonderful cup of coffee, I got a wonderful cup here, a wonderful coffee mug. This came courtesy of viewer Jimmy V Photography. This is the Snoopy and Linus cartoon mug here. Snoopy grabbing Linus's blanket, and it becomes the handle of the coffee mug. Boy, this is a great mug. And there's Linus hanging on. Yeah, and we're using it because kind of celebrating summer. We're in the last stages of summer, so there's still a lot of time for summer fun, like Snoopy and Linus are having there. How about that? Isn't that great? Love this mug. Big thank you to Jimmy V. Jimmy, thank you again very much. Hang on, let me get another sip. Hang on. Oh, that's terrific. And as we like to say in the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you're listening to the audio podcast version of the Monday Morning Mailbag this morning, thanks very much for tuning in via all those great streaming platforms out there like iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube Music, that sort of thing. Thanks very much. Great to be with you this morning. Again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Hope you got your favorite coffee in a fun coffee mug. Yeah, that's great. I love the coffee this morning that we're having, and I love the coffee mug. Big thank you again to Jimmy V. Hey, let me get over to our topics here. Click on there, and then boom, we go right to our topics. And let's see what we have on today's show. Oh, hey, we got a viewer shaving tip all the way from Brazil this morning. Stay tuned for that. We got a shave den visit with viewer David Laird. David, thank you very much. We have got giveaway updates this morning, 2 giveaway updates. Stay tuned for that. We also have some great refill comments, some new wet shaving gear to share with you, and some questions and comments to round out the show. So great to be with you this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. I hope the weather is beautiful and agreeable where you are in your neck of the woods. Hey, let's kick off the show like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Bruno Urbanavicius, all the way from Brazil. Bruno, I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. I'm pronouncing it as I would any English word that I'm looking at, and I'm sure there is a more specific Portuguese pronunciation for it. So forgive me if I got it wrong, but I'm reading it as Bruno Urbanavicius. And great to hear from you all the way from Brazil. And Bruno writes, "Greetings from Brazil, Mark. I have a Mercur Progress bought from Shave Nacional some time ago. One great razor, and recently I acquired a Parker variant with open comb, which looks great. I'm only bothered because both razors have blank numbers on their knobs, which for me affects visibility when shaving. I've already painted the numbers in the Progress, and lately I made the same in the variant, and at the same time reinforcing the painting in the Progress. Since the numbers are too shallow, the paint can chip over time, but I prefer having to repaint them because the numbers are more visible and even look better. I wonder why neither Merkur nor Parker paints the numbers on their adjustable models anymore. Thanks. And that's from Bruno Urbanavicius. This is a great tip and a great reminder that you can actually lay a little bit of paint in some of those numbers on your razors if they are carved in. That's really the key here, because the Merkur Progress and the Parker variant carve those numbers in there. So you can lay that paint in there as Bruno has done, as he's shown us in those photos. Now, some viewers, some wet shavers out there use, I think, nail polish to do this. Other viewers and wet shavers have a different kind of a paint that they might use. Please comment below and let us know what you're using if you do something similar to what Bruno is doing here. It's a great shaving tip and a great reminder that if you're having trouble and struggling a little bit, seeing those numbers on your adjustable razor, you can go ahead and paint them in as Bruno has done. Now, let me show you, because I do have both the Merkur Progress right here and a Parker variant. Now, I don't have the open comb. I have the regular comb right there. And let me see if I can show you the numbers here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And you can see they're kind of carved in, so you can lay that little bit of paint right in there. And that's how the paint will register. And yes, it's gonna probably wear down over time, but you can always repaint them again. I guess depending on what kind of paint, or from what I understand, nail polish that you use. But this is a great shaving tip and a great reminder that you can do this and enhance the numbers and the visibility on your adjustable razors. Now, we talked about the Vikings Blade Emperor Meiji. Now, the numbers on this are not carved in, but it does have an adjustment arrow here, and a lot of viewers out there, a lot of wet shavers out there that have this particular adjustable razor will put a little red dot where that adjustable arrow is, so they can see that red dot a little more. That adjustable arrow, which is now a red dot or in the shape of the arrow, they can see it a little more clearly. So you can do that as well. And that helps to kind of see the numbers and that sort of thing. And of course, a lot of this depends on the lighting in your shave den and that sort of thing as well. But a great, great shaving tip from Bruno Urbanavicius, all the way from Brazil. Bruno, thank you very, very much. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use your shaving tip here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tips segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Bruno, thanks again for a terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Oh, speaking of shaving tips, Al Spencer sent us along, and he writes, hard to believe, but 5 years already, and I'm pretty confident that I've watched every 3MB during those years. Thanks, Mark, and all the viewers for loyalty to the hobby. And that's from Al Spencer. Al, thank you so much for framing George and displaying him in your shave den. Really, really do appreciate it. I'm very, very honored. Thanks again, Al. 5 years. Wow. That is awesome. And thanks for coming along on the wet shaving journey here on the Monday Morning Mailbag and tuning in each week. Really do appreciate that, Al. Thanks very, very much. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime, a classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat, a shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, Now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete. You're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes from viewer David Lair of Indie Brushworks. Check out his Etsy storefront. We'll have the link below. A wonderful artisan that makes some really, really fantastic handcrafted shaving gear. Anyway, David writes here, "Hey Mark, I thought I'd share my latest acquisition with you and all the 3MB viewers. It's a Star Model 100 and appears to be new old stock. A friend picked it up for me at an antique show, knowing my interest in vintage razors. The razor is pristine, and I had a peek inside one of the full tucks, and the carbon steel blades look in good shape, no rust. Hope you and the viewers enjoy. Here is what Meta AI pulled up about it." Now, this is what AI wrote to David about it. It's addressing David also as it's writing this. Here's the history. Meta AI says, "The Star name goes way back. Frederick, Otto, and Richard Kampf immigrated from Saxony, Germany, and set up a tool shop in Brooklyn, then formed the Star Safety Razor Company and were granted a U.S. patent for the Star Razor on June 15th, 1880, the first safety razor produced in the U.S. The story starts earlier. Trademarks claim they began in 1875 in a one-room shop in New York City. Gem and Eveready merged in 1906 as American Safety Razor Company. Then Gem and Eveready merged with Star to become the American Safety Razor Corporation in 1919. That company, the maker of Star, Eveready, and Gem razors, as well as the Star DE, also made the razor you have, meaning the razor David has. The Model 100 itself is post-World War II. Collectors date it to circa 1946 to 1959, made to compete directly with the Gillette Tech. Now, here's some of the design details here. It's solid brass with gold wash, three-piece design. The one in your photo has the classic fat, round, sure grip knurled handle. There was also a hex handle version using the same brass blank. Here are some specs or specifications from owners. The entire razor weighs around 58.1 grams. The head is 19.1 grams and the handle is 39 grams. It has notched pins for blade stability and that heavy knurling. One owner joked you could probably put axle grease on the handle and it would not slip. How about that? That is an absolutely beautiful, stunning safety razor. A lot of history behind it. And David, you're going to have to tell us how it shaves. You're going to have to send in a little bit of a review, some more photos, maybe some video, something, because I know everyone is very, very interested in knowing how it shaves, knowing that it's new old stock. It's probably going to be the first shave it's ever had with you. Wow, that is amazing. That is absolutely beautiful. A wonderful acquisition for your shave den. The Star 100 razor. My gosh, the Star Model 100 razor. Well, let me see what it says right here. Yeah, you wrote the Star Model 100 safety razor. Wow. Competing with the Gillette Tech. How about that? That is really, really beautiful. A stunningly beautiful razor, a great piece of vintage razor history and of wet shaving history. And it's in your shave den right now. That's awesome. And a big thank you and bravo goes out to your friend for thinking of you and grabbing that at that antique show. That is absolutely awesome. David, thanks again for sharing this with all the viewers out there. Really do appreciate it. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com, from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, this morning we got a couple of giveaway updates. And as you may already know, this past Friday, we launched a new giveaway that we're calling the Lathercraft and Light Touch Giveaway. And it features some wonderful, wonderful items. But the centerpiece of this giveaway is the Rodax Ceramics Shave Bowl with the Lagoon Spiral texture, handcrafted by Rodax Ceramics and generously donated by viewer Beth Jones. Beth, thank you again very, very much. This lathering bowl was the inspiration for the whole theme, the theme of the Lathercraft and Light Touch giveaway. We're pairing that shaving bowl with a beautiful, beautiful safety razor courtesy of EZD, also known as Mr. Anonymous. This is the Blackland Blackbird Light Razor, stainless steel matte finish. Absolutely gorgeous razor. We also have razor blades from viewers Charles K. and Abane Samant. We also have a beautiful artisan brush handle from Chris Bodrab of CB Brushworks. Check that out. And I believe it's a 26 millimeter knot. That's what's going to fit in that brush handle. I forgot to mention that in the giveaway. We also have a soap spoon and soap spoon coaster from Andy Kaiser. Andy, thank you very, very much. Patricia Bagwell donated the lavanda shaving cream. We have some artisan shave soaps that we picked up at the Maggard meetup, various samples, that sort of thing. So my thanks to all the artisans out there for that contribution. And we also have a wonderful bottle of Florida water. So that kind of rounds out the giveaway. We'll have a link below where you can check out all the details and see all these items on screen. Really, really terrific, terrific giveaway. All inspired by this beautiful, beautiful shaving bowl that Beth Jones sent to the channel for a giveaway. Beth, thank you again very, very much. Absolutely gorgeous. Beth, thanks so much for all the support you've given the channel. Really, really do appreciate it. And again, we'll have that link where you can check everything out and get all the official rules and that sort of thing. August 18th, 2026 is the deadline to enter. That's also the day that we will be selecting a winner. So make sure to enter before August 18th, 2026. And again, a big thanks to Beth Jones, EZD, Mr. Anonymous, Charles K., Abane Samant, Chris Bodrab, Andy Kaiser, Patricia Bagwell. Did I leave anyone out? I don't think I did. Chris Bodrab. Yeah, thank you all very, very much for making this giveaway possible. Heartfelt appreciation. Now, we also have another giveaway coming up. I have to create the video, so I just want to give you a little heads up on what's going on. You're aware that the Great Mid-Atlantic Wet Shavers Meetup is going to be taking place later on this year. That's going to be taking place Sunday, October 18th from 12 to 5 p.m. in King of Prussia, PA, only 20 minutes from Center City, Philadelphia. Now, I purchased a ticket. I'm not going to be able to attend. It's a little too far for me to travel. My weekends are needed to record and edit the Monday Morning Mailbag, so I have everything ready for Monday morning, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. So I was talking to Glenn Sherman, who's organizing this meetup, and he said, Mark, we can give the ticket away to one of your viewers. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a video in a few days, a quick video where you can leave a comment and enter and win that ticket to the Great Mid-Atlantic Wet Shavers Meetup. So give me a few days to put that together. It's not going to be an elaborate video or anything like that. Just going to be the announcement, some rules, how you enter, that sort of thing. And I think what we're going to ask is that please enter only if you know you will be able to attend. So I think that's what we're going to state there. So we want someone to be able to use the ticket. So that's what we're going to do. I'm still working out a few details, but we're going to get it posted here in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. You could win a ticket for the Great Mid-Atlantic Wet Shavers Meetup. My thanks to Glenn Sherman for his understanding and also his generosity in allowing the Monday Morning Mailbag to do this. Okay, that's it. That's all the updates for the meetups going on. Good luck to everyone. We also have an update on the Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup. That's right. They posted this on their Facebook page. The 6th annual Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup is happening. We are excited to meet at our new location at the one and only Adopted Acre Soap Company on Saturday, September 12, 2026, from 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. Details are still being put together, but we have reached out to more vendors and are planning to have another fantastic PIF table. Tickets will be available soon, so stay tuned to your latherators. Save the date, Saturday, September 12, 2026. 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m., Adopted Acre Soap Company, 2770 Winchester Southern Road, Asheville, Ohio, 43103. So we'll have more updates and more information as it develops. So stay tuned. The Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup, the 6th annual Ohio Wet Shavers Meetup, is happening on Saturday, September 12th, 2026, from 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at Adopted Acre Soap Company. Stay tuned for more information. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on. Let me get another sip here. Oh, yeah, that's terrific. That's a great cup of coffee. That really is very, very good. Once again, Costco's Kirkland Summit Roast right there. Yeah, isn't that great? Boy, that is terrific. And it's a medium roast coffee. It has a great, great flavor to it. And you get a lot of them at a nice price point. So much so, you don't think if it's kind of like artisan shave soaps. When am I going to use all these soaps? Everyone says, gee whiz, I got enough shave soap to last me until 2030. I sometimes think that's how much coffee I have here. Coffee that's going to last me to 2030, that's for sure. But it is a great tasting cup of coffee. Hang on, let me get another sip here. That's great. And once again, a big, big thank you to Jimmy V Photography. Jimmy V, thank you again for the Peanuts coffee mug. Just love this coffee mug. There's Snoopy grabbing the blanket, and it becomes the handle of the coffee mug, and there's Linus hanging on. Yeah, reminding us that there's a lot of summer left. Speaking of which, I forgot to show you this because it's a nice hot day today, a nice hot August day. Check out my t-shirt. Here you go. Check it out. There you go. Geneva on the Lake. Yeah. We talk about Geneva on the Lake all the time, but we're wearing the t-shirt because it's hot today. It's a great summer day. And Lake Erie is just maybe 20 minutes to the north of me. So a lot of fun on the north coast on Lake Erie. That's what we call the greater Cleveland area, the North Coast, because we got Lake Erie right there. So a lot of summer left, a lot of summer fun left, and I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Let me get one more sip. Hang on. Also wanted to remind you of the official coffee coaster of the Monday Morning Mailbag. There it is right there from soapspoon.com and Andy Kaiser right there. This is terrific. And again, one of these is in the price package of the Lathercraft and Light Touch giveaway. So if you happen to win that giveaway package, you're going to get a really, really terrific coffee coaster right there. Okay, we're going to put the coffee down and let's get to some of these comments. But before we do that, how's the coffee you're drinking this morning? Is it healthy? Well, check out Mantic59's website, The Black Coffee Life, where he talks about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And also check out the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. A terrific hardcover collection of Lockhorns cartoons. Still plenty of year left. You can enjoy the Lockhorns 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar. Both of these by my good friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. Will have the Amazon links below. Okay, now let's get to some of these refill comments this morning. This comes from Abane Samad. Great show, Mark. Thanks for the shout out. Have a blessed week. Abby, thanks very, very much. And really do appreciate you contributing the razor blades to this latest giveaway. Thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Mike H, 9701. Hi, Mark. Great Monday morning mailbag. Thank you. Always interesting segments throughout the show. I hope your week is off to a wonderful start. Sending best regards as always. Mike, thank you very, very much for checking in. And I really, really appreciate you taking the time to send a comment. Thank you very, very much. This comes from Robert Seals, 9148. Good morning, Mark. Great 3MB. My wife and I enjoy watching your show every Monday morning, along with the double take cartoon at the end. Have a great day and a wonderful week. Robert, thank you so much. I've heard from many viewers at meetups and via correspondence. They really like that double take cartoon. And they usually say, don't ever exclude it. Make sure you do it every week. I love posting those. So I'm so glad that you're enjoying those, and also the George cartoon as well. So thanks very much for that, Robert. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. This comes from RH Dave Shaves. Another fine show, Mark. Thank you, Dave. Thanks very, very much for that. I really do appreciate it. This comes from James Sefton. Grand Slam 3MB, Mark. Have a great day and the rest of the week. You as well, James. Thanks very, very much. Really do appreciate that. This comes from Jason NYC 2006. Mark Zarady, as usual, another great 3MB show. I love your definition of traditional wet shaving and agree with you about the importance of pre- and post-shave care. People don't realize that using a soap, cream, crope with a brush helps exfoliate and softens the hair you're about to remove. Hey, Jason, thanks very, very much for that. That's an absolutely outstanding point, because that shave brush does do that job of exfoliating the skin, lifting the whisker, helping to soften it with your favorite shaving cream or shaving soap or crope. Really, really terrific point. And I agree with you. Very important to have pre-shave and post-shave care for the skin. Absolutely. Jason, thanks very, very much for that. This is in regards to our discussion last week. Viewer David Trink sent along a question. We all know what the traditional wet shave is. What is a non-traditional shave? And we were defining that and that sort of thing. It was a great discussion. If you have any more thoughts about what makes a traditional wet shave, what makes a non-traditional shave, please comment below and let us know. Again, Jason, thanks very, very much for that. This comes from Gerald Avaletta. This is Jerry. Hi, Mark. Another great Monday morning mailbag and great products and great show. Thanks for all you do. Jerry Avaletta from Wolcott, Connecticut. Have a great rest of your week. Jerry, thanks very much for that. I really do appreciate that. This comes from Phil Luck, 1956. Another fantastic episode. I've never realized the difference on the adjustment dial on the Gillette adjustables. I've always looked at the twist-to-open knob, the bottom section of the handle. On the Slim, the top 25% is not knurled. It's smooth with vertical segments. On the Slim, the whole twist-to-open knob is knurled. Well, I think you've got that. Okay, you said Slim twice. I think you're saying one is the Fat Boy. I think you meant on the Fat Boy, the top 25% is not knurled. Here's the Fat Boy, and there it is right there. The top 25% is not knurled, okay? That's the Fat Boy right there. And then on the Slim, which is this right here, okay, on the Slim, the whole twist to open knob is knurled. Okay, so we'll look at that. There it is right there. Yeah, you're right. How about that? Huh? That's the twist open knob right there. That's another great way of distinguishing a Fat Boy from a Slim. We had this discussion last week, and I believe it was David Trinks who pointed out some differences in the adjustment collar. And now Phil is pointing out the twist to open knob on the bottom. That's what you look for, because my problem was if I look at a Gillette adjustable razor, I sometimes don't know if it's by itself, if it's a Fat Boy or a Slim, just by looking at it in a photo, or maybe if it's in front of me, I'm probably going to know it's a Fat Boy. But if I see it in a photo, sometimes if it's not side by side with a Slim, it's kind of difficult to tell them apart. So these are some kind of distinguishing marks to look for. And this is a good one. If it's a Fat Boy, check out that twist open knob on the bottom there. The upper 25% is not knurled. How about that? I never noticed that. Wow, Phil, thank you very much for that. Really, really do appreciate that. He wraps up by saying, this method makes it much easier to see from further away or in a blurry picture on eBay. Wow, thank you very much for that. I'm going to definitely keep that in mind. Phil, thank you very, very much. This comes from Razor Michael. Hi, Mark. Top Monday morning mailbag. Have a great week. Razor Michael, RM, thank you very, very much. Really do appreciate that. This comes from Bart Buzz. Hi, Mark. You gave an interesting description on the differences between traditional and non-traditional wet shaving. Back in my college days, I used a Gillette safety razor and a can of shaving cream. No prep, no alum, and no balm. I had no clue about a 3-pass shave. Simply smear on some shaving cream and scrape it off in one pass. I call that non-traditional wet shaving. My safety razor shaves today are completely different. I use a brush with quality shaving soaps or creams to exfoliate and prep my skin. I then do a modified 3-pass shave, chasing that so-called BBS result. The biggest change is my post-shave routine. I use an alum block, witch hazel, and balm to soothe and moisturize my skin. For me, that's what traditional wet shaving is all about. Bart, thank you very, very much. That's a great definition of what the traditional wet shave is. Thank you very, very much. Folks, are you doing something similar? Comment below and let us know. Bart, thank you very, very much for that. This comes from Bill Murphy. Great show again, Mark. Wish I could go to the Lathered event, but just too far to go. Have a wonderful week. Yeah, if you went to the Lathered event this past weekend over there in New York, put on by Ariana and Evans, please let us know. Send in a review if you got some pictures. Would love to see that. We'll share it with all the viewers out there. Bill, thanks for the reminder, and I can understand the distance it takes to get out to the East Coast there. So I wish it's one of those events. I wish I had a time to make the trip as well. Maybe sometime down the road, and maybe I'll see you there as well, Bill. Bill, thanks very, very much for that. And again, folks, if you were at Lathered and you have some pictures, some video, please send them to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll share them with all the viewers out there. Bill, thanks again, very, very much. Hey, this comes from Jimmy V Photography. I'm with Mike. No way I would survive swapping plates mid-shave. Now, this is regarding using 2 razors or swapping a plate from aggressive to mild on the actual razor. Let me start over. I'm with Mike. No way I would survive swapping plates mid-shave. That's one of the reasons I love my adjustables so much. I can spin up my consoles or ambassador from chainsaw to cotton candy. That's a great way of describing it, Jimmy. That's awesome. Seriously, if you have not had a straight razor shave from an Italian master barber, you are really missing an experience. Well, that's what they had at Lather this past weekend, straight razor shaves from a master Italian barber. And if you had one, please send that along. We'll share it with all the viewers out there. I need to get out my Alpha. It's been too long since I had it wander around my face. I did not send you the Willys blades, but I am perfectly happy to take credit if nobody speaks up. Laugh out loud. Who sent the Willys blades? I cannot remember. Was it David Trinks? David, it may have been you. I cannot remember. Somebody sent Willys blades to the Shave Den here on the Monday Morning Mailbag, and I did not make a note of it. I made a mental note of it, but there's one thing about mental notes. The ink fades so quickly. That was a comic strip I drew up with, a George comic strip. One thing bad about mental notes, the ink fades so quickly. Non-traditional shaving is using a clamshell and seawater. I'll start over. That's funny. Non-traditional shaving is using a clamshell and seawater. It never caught on enough to become a tradition and never ever stopped putting up the last laugh and double take. Well, Jimmy, they will continue to be featured at the end of every Monday morning mailbag. Thank you so much for that. Great comment. I really appreciated that. Folks, my apologies for laughing through those, but some great comments there. Jimmy, thanks again very much. Let's see. This comes from Philip Baker, 2302. Hi, Mark. Great show. Philip, thanks very much. This comes from Jim G. I believe this is Jim from Northfield, James Gazda. Hey, Mark, in regards to the Fat Boy and Slim razors, I have been seeing them on eBay at very reasonable prices. A decent Fat Boy can cost as low as $40 plus shipping. I have seen Slims in the $20 plus price range. If you just stay patient and do your due diligence, you can find them at a great price point. I found a 4-razor set, which included a nice, fully functional Fat Boy for just $12. Wow. And he found that at an antique mall. They are out there and you just have to hunt them down. And that to me is most of the fun. Have a great week. Jim from Northfield. Yeah, just a little bit of patience. Do a little research. Know what you're looking for. Have fun with it and you'll come across some great buys. Jim, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate that. That is really spectacular. $12 for a fully functional Fat Boy in that set. That is really remarkable. Congratulations on that. This comes from Jeff Palmer, 9149. Good morning, Mark. Great 3MB. Thanks for showing off new blades I need to give a try to. Speaking of blades, I would suggest if you like the Persona gems to grab a few boxes before they get pricey like the Feathers did. Also, am now even happier with my 1966 Gillette Slim that I got for $34 delivered. Luckily, I missed that price hike. Didn't get a Fat Boy as they were already pricey back then. It is kind of funny shaving with a razor older than I am. Thanks again for the video and have a great rest of your week. I think, you know what? Again, do your due diligence, do your research, and you can come across some great prices on Slims and Fat Boys in good condition. More so with the Slims because I believe they made more of them over the years. I think the Fat Boys were only in production from, correct me if I'm wrong out there, folks. If you know, please comment below, but I think it was 58 to 62, maybe ending in the first quarter of 62. Maybe last quarter of 61, not entirely sure, but the Slim had a longer production run. If someone knows that for sure, please comment below and let us know. Jeff, congratulations on getting a really terrific Slim adjustable vintage razor. And older than you. That's great. The one Baba writes, Mark, the Smile razor, I own the Plus version, is outstanding. It's two-sided. One side smiles, the other traditional design. It's the only dual function razor that actually makes sense to me. Truly dual purpose. It's a fantastic razor, and I hope Razor Rock makes a titanium version. This version is aluminum, but man, it's great. Yeah, we had a review last week of the Smile razor from Razor Rock, and man, oh man, that's a really neat looking razor. One side of the razor head smiles. The blade bends in such a way that it smiles. and it hugs the contours of your skin, whether you're doing a head shave or you're shaving your arms or your legs, that sort of thing. And the other side is just like a regular DE razor. So the one Baba, thanks very, very much for confirming how great that razor is. Really, really do appreciate that. This comes from David Trinks, exceptional 3MB mark. I'll be interested in hearing what viewers' thoughts are in regard to traditional wet shaving. Have a nice week. Well, we already heard a few comments, David. So folks, please comment below and let us know. We'll keep the discussion going. In your estimation, what is a traditional wet shave and what is a non-traditional wet shave? That's a great, great topic for discussion. So, David, thanks very much for sending that along. Really do appreciate it. This comes from Scott Martin. Great show today, Mark. I was particularly interested in Andrew's Camp Brothers razor. That is a really unusual looking razor. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here. If you ever get the chance to feature this, I would certainly be interested to see how it works. Cheers, Scott. Yeah, check out last week's Monday morning mailbag because Andrew Witt had a great review or showed us this terrific 7-day razor by Camp Brothers. I think his was from the 1930s or 1940s, but they built them a long time in the early 20th century into the 30s, 40s, and 50s, as I recall. But check that out. That was really, really neat to see. A lot of viewers out there have some really, really wonderful, unique razors in great shape, in great working shape. And of course, we saw that Star Model 100 razor this morning from David Lair. Falls right into the same category. Scott, thanks very much for that. Really, really do appreciate that. This comes from Fazler Rabbi, 8118. I think that's how it's pronounced. He writes, you seem the brand ambassador of the Vikings razor. And he's got a smiley there. You know what? Vikings Blade very early on supported this channel. And I'm very, very grateful to them. But I really do like their razors. I like their shaving gear. And it's really been a great journey with them. As I say, they were here very early on, as was Phoenix Shaving. Phoenix Shaving was another artisan who came on early and supported the channel in many, many ways. And Vikings Blade supported the channel in many, many ways. And yeah, we talked about the Emperor Meiji razor. This is the 2026 edition right here. And yeah, it's a terrific, terrific razor. Absolutely love this adjustable razor, and it's just been delivering some great shaves. Now, again, we talked about their sandalwood and cedar shaving cream, and it's a foaming, non-Santa Beard lather kind of a shaving cream, but it really has a really, really slick kind of a cream. Gives you a slick surface, a lot of glide, that sort of thing. So it's very, very thin, very kind of foamy, and gives you a really, really slick surface to shave with. I will admit, probably not in a lot of folks' wheelhouses, but boy, I sure do like it a lot. I find it to be a nice change of pace when I want to do a shave and kind of get away from, you know, a thicker lather. I want something a little thinner and something that, you know, maybe on a hot day is a little cooler with cold water, that sort of thing. And it fits in really well. Also fits in great for warm water shaves too. But yeah, Vikings Blade, you know, I'm very, very grateful to them because they were very supportive of the show in many ways early on. So my thanks to Robert and everyone at Vikings Blade. And yeah, check out their razors. The Emperor Meiji is a great adjustable razor. The Vikings Blade Chieftain is marvelous. Really like that one a lot. James Sefton has one. He loves using it. He very kindly sent one to the channel. We reviewed it here on the Monday morning mailbag and also during the week during one of the shave reviews. So yeah, check out Vikings Blade. They really, really make some wonderful razors at nice price points. And the Emperor Meiji is a terrific, terrific adjustable razor at a really nice price point. So give it a look. So thanks very much for that. Fazler Rabbi or Fazl Rabbi 8118. 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes writes, should have been a little more generous for the soap quantity to do those consecutive head and face shaves reported. Maybe better next time, but the success of finishing the face shave with not enough lather may be due to the credit of the Ariana Evans cream. Yeah, 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes, shared with us his routine for doing back-to-back shaves, a face shave and a head shave. I think he does a head shave first and then the face shave. But yes, you are right. Ariana Evans is another one that is really, really slick. Their lathers are slick. As a matter of fact, I saw Peter Sharkalis do a video demonstration. You could probably find it on their website or his YouTube channel, where he lathers up his face and then he takes his hand and he wipes the lather off and then he does a shave, because that residual slickness there is so slick and creates so much glide. He's still got a great shave. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation. That's impressive. That's saying something. So 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. Thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate that. This also comes from 10 fluid ounces, 30 minutes. And he was talking about the expression that we have on the show, your face, your rules. And a viewer coined it, and I couldn't remember who it was. He had a suggestion, and I said, no. I definitely a viewer. I definitely recall it. Well, I found the viewer who coined that phrase. All credit goes to Rick Festa. And he was the one that first said, your face, your rules. And he wrote me one time prior to this, where he says, it was me, Rick Festa from Rochester, New York, and fellow Phi Kappa Tau fraternity brother. Hey, that's great. Also the proud recipient of a George Toon sketch dated February 22nd, 2021. How about that? Many years ago, I mentored a couple of friends into their wet shaving journey and quickly learned not everything works the same for everybody. We each have different beard and skin types. We also each have our own personal preferences as to scents and different products. I guess that's what makes life and shaving so interesting. I hope everyone embraces their own preferences and the choices of others as we all shave on. Rick Festa, thank you, brother. Yeah, thank you, brother, fellow Phi Tau. I really do appreciate that, Rick. Rick Festa coined that saying here on the Monday Morning Mailbag, your face, your rules. Rick, thanks very much for that reminder. I was able to find that in email. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. This comes from viewer David Dart, and he has a new straight razor in his shave den, and he sent in this review. Mark, good morning. What a mail call. I bought a Japanese stainless steel straight razor made by Feather. It's made from 316 stainless steel and has a resin handle. The resin has kind of a rubber feel, not hard plastic, so the grip is spot on. I had a shave with it this morning using Strike Gold and the Razor Emporium Red, White, and Rugged soap. It made an incredible lather using my Aylesworth brush. I had a BBS shave, but I did get 2 weepers and 1 cut. You shave with it, holding it flat to your face, and then keep it level with your face. Bring the razor up to 15 to 20 degrees. The alum really came in handy. I was using a 4th use Feather Professional blade. This is a razor that definitely commands respect, but I think it will be really fantastic when I get in a few more shaves with it. Have a great day. And I asked David about this. Is it really a straight razor or is it more like a shavette? And David wrote back and said, Feather calls it a straight razor, but you actually squeeze the head and slide an artisan blade. I believe he means artist club blade into the head. It's very simple to load the blade. Funny enough, the instructions are written in Japanese. Have a great night. And yeah, it is an artist club razor. It uses artist club blades to give you that straight razor feel to it. It sounds marvelous. We'll link to it on Amazon, and here's what customers have to say about it. Customers find this straight razor to be of high quality with excellent ergonomics and comfort, particularly noting the Japanese handle style. The razor provides very close single pass shaves without irritation, and customers appreciate its sharpness and easy blade installation. They consider it well worth the price, with one customer noting it offers a closer shave than a safety razor. Wow, if you've ever want to try a straight razor kind of a razor, check out this one from Feather. This is their Artist Club straight razor, and it has an 83% 5-star rating on Amazon. David, thanks very much for introducing all the viewers to this Feather Artist Club straight razor. Really do appreciate it. Lord Cool Blades, viewer Charles K. very kindly and generously sent these along to the channel. We reviewed them, and we had a great shave with them. These are really a terrific razor blade. James Sefton, based on our discussion, went out and bought 100 of these, and he sent along his thoughts, and he wrote, Mark, I used the Lord Cool Blade today, and I got a close, smooth shave, and I like the fact that there is no glue spots on it at all. I would recommend them very highly, and that comes from James Sefton. James, thank you very much. I don't recall seeing any glue spots on this blade either. Next time I unwrap one, I'm going to double check that to verify that. But I think you're right, James. I don't think there's any visible glue spots there at all. And it was a terrific blade. So we'll have a link to where you can get these on Amazon. I believe that's where James got his. 100 of them at a really nice price point. And again, a big thank you to Charles K. for very kindly and generously sending along samples so that we can share these with all the viewers out there. Charles, thank you very much. Folks, give them a look. This really is a terrific blade, and I can understand now why a lot of viewers and fellow wet shavers out there are talking about Lord Cool Blades. Really good performing blade at a nice price point. Big thank you again to Charles K. and James Sefton. Thanks very much for confirming how great of a shave they deliver. Gentlemen, thanks again very much. Well, we have a new shave soap and a new artisan to share with you. This one comes courtesy of viewer David Trinks, who sent this along to the channel. Now, he sent it along in this terrific aluminum case right here. I think he gets these from Sterling Soap Company. I'm not entirely sure. David, please remind us in the comments below. This is terrific, but inside is what we're talking about here. Here it is right here. Barbershop Wet Shave Soap Puck by Whispering Scents. Check that out, huh? Isn't that great? Yeah, they have an Etsy storefront, and we'll link it below. Here's what they have to say about it on their product page. This wet shave soap has creamy, dense lather, making for a wonderful shaving experience. Just wet your shave brush and swirl to create thick and rich lather that rivals any commercial shaving cream in a can. This shaving puck is scented with an old-fashioned barbershop fragrance that brings back memories of how grandfather smelled after visiting the local barbershop. Plus, it lathers so nicely, you'll look forward to that morning shave. This soap turns to a mahogany brown after aging. Let me show you that, because you can see right here that I've got some of that mahogany brown coming through the wrapper right now. So it is aging very nicely. I'm very happy to see that there. The listing is for one round puck for $8.50 or include a starter shave brush for only $16. These bars were made using the hot process method, incorporating skin-loving oils that will leave your skin feeling nourished and supple and not dried out. This recipe uses the same oils and butters as the all-natural shave puck, but uses a fragrance oil versus an essential oil blend. That's the other shave puck that they have on their storefront. Check that one out as well. Bars are approximately 3 by 3 by 1 inch and weigh 2.5 to 2.9 ounces. There is no swirl pattern in this round bar, and the color is slightly off-white due to the fragrance oil. The rugged look of hot process soap makes each a one-of-a-kind. Curing for over 4 weeks, they are ready to go. How about that? So we're going to give this one a go, and yeah, I'm getting I'm getting that really nice barbershop scent through the wrapper. I imagine it's really going to come forward when we unwrap this, throw in an apothecary mug, or maybe even just use this container that David sent along and have a great shave with it. Really looking forward to shaving with this one. I do want to put it in an apothecary mug though, and load that brush, and just build that lather in that apothecary mug, and then paint it on, and maybe do a little bit of face lathering and lift a whisker, that sort of thing. Because whenever I think of barbershop shaving soaps, I think of that kind of a process, even though sometimes I'm bowl lathering, but with this kind of soap puck, you put it in an apothecary mug, and as you're building a lather, you're kind of doing a bowl lathering brush load at the same time. Am I wrong? Comment below and let me know. That's kind of the impression I get. But anyhow, really looking forward to using this one from Whispering Scents Barbershop Wet Shave Soap Puck right there. A big thank you to viewer David Trinks for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. We're going to get a review done on this. It sounds wonderful, and the scent is wonderful, and the performance, it promises a lot of great performance. So we're really looking forward to reviewing this one. Thanks again to David Trinks once more for Whispering Scents Barbershop Shave Soap Puck, or Wet Shave. Yeah, Barbershop Wet Shave Soap Puck. David, thanks very much. Folks, we'll have a link to their Etsy store below. Give it a look. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. We received this from viewer Steve Gregory out of Kentucky, and he writes, "Hello to Mark and everyone out there. Most of us who shave with a safety razor are a little old school and traditional, and I'm right there with you. I don't use Facebook. Nothing against it. I'm just not very computer savvy. My question is this: is there any chance of a future wet shave meetup in Kentucky? And if so, how would I find out about it if I'm not on Facebook? I know I could join Badger and Blade or DFS, and that might be in my future, but I'm just curious if anyone is planning something closer to home. All my best to everyone, Steve Gregory in Kentucky. P.S. Boom lather, and my own personal cliche, which I'm sure has been used before, shave gear gluttony." Hey, Steve, thanks very much for the comment. I'll put it to the viewers out there. Does anyone know of a wet shave meetup taking place in Kentucky? Is anyone planning one? Please comment below and let us know. And maybe offer Steve some advice on how he can stay in touch with the wet shaving community regarding some of these meetups that might be taking place. Steve, we're going to try to share as many meetups that are coming up here on the Monday Morning Mailbag, so stay tuned here. But yeah, I'm sure there are other resources out there other than Facebook where you can find out information regarding wet shave meetups. And here's hoping one pops up in the Kentucky area for you. Steve, thanks again for the comment and the question. Folks, comment below and let us know if you know of anything taking place in the way of a wet shave meetup in Kentucky. Steve, thanks again very much. We received this from viewer Tim Whitcup, and he writes, "I was watching this episode of The Three Stooges, and I noticed Curly was using a safety razor. I have seen him use a straight razor in other episodes. Looks like maybe a 1920s Gillette." Well, folks, take a look at these photos here that Tim sent along. What razor is Curly using? If you have any idea or you can help identify it, please comment below and let us know. I love these kinds of questions and getting these photos from viewers regarding someone in a movie or a movie short or whatever using a safety razor. and trying to identify which safety razor it is. My guess, it's probably a Gillette. I mean, that was probably the giant safety razor available back then, right? I mean, I think they were the biggest manufacturer back then. It's just a guess on my part, although it could be something else, don't know. But if you think you know, please comment below and let us know what razor is Curly using. Tim, thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerati, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. From the 3MB, where every shave tells a story, make it a great week.